The British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has underscored the need for lasting security arrangements for Ukraine to ensure Russia does not breach any deal to end the war. He was speaking at a military base on the outskirts of London, where military leaders from more than 30 countries, including Australia, gathered to discuss options to support Kyiv once an agreement is struck. The UK leader told representatives from the Coalition of the Willing that they must ensure any ceasefire is enforced.
A deal without anything behind it is something that Putin will breach. We know that because it's happened before, and I'm absolutely clear in my mind it will happen again. Therefore, what you're doing here today is vitally important to peace and security across Europe and for our NATO allies.
Those closed-door talks took place as European Union leaders met in Brussels to discuss a support package for Kyiv. Speaking from Norway, the Ukrainian president called on Europe to keep pressuring Russia and provide more military funding.
It's crucial that your support for Ukraine does not decrease, but instead continues and grows. And this is especially true for air defense, military aid, and our overall resilience. We need funds for artillery shells and would really appreciate Europe's support with at least 5 billion euros as soon as possible.
Ukraine and Russia have agreed in principle to pause attacks on energy infrastructure after both leaders spoke by phone to US President Donald Trump. However, Moscow rejected the US push for a full 30-day ceasefire. Ukraine wants security guarantees to ensure it can prevent any future Russian aggression. Mr. Trump believes that could be achieved by having US workers mining Kyiv's critical minerals, and he says a deal on that is imminent.
We're doing very well with regard to Ukraine and Russia, and one of the things we are doing is signing a deal very shortly with respect to rare earths with Ukraine, which they have tremendous value in rare earth, and we appreciate that.
Far from the diplomatic discussions, Ukrainians continue to deal with the Kremlin's ongoing drone attacks. Moscow claims it's winning the war and has liberated the city of Sudzha in Russia's bordering Kursk region. Negotiators from Russia and the US will meet on Monday in Saudi Arabia, while Ukrainian officials will also discuss what are described as technical issues at separate talks in Riyadh. In Kyiv, residents are doubtful the conflict will end soon.
I don't know what to believe in anymore. In 1991, we gave up our arms and were promised peace and protection, but all promises were broken. That's why I don't know what to believe in anymore.
Even if there had been a 30-day-long ceasefire, this would not lead to anything, because the Russians would break it. They say the Ukrainians would use this time to regroup, and of course we would. We have to prepare ourselves, as we have such a neighbour.